Hello folks, this video we caught some nice speckled trout, and took me a little while to figure them out. This is the second year in a row where we've gone from no winter at all, 80 degrees up in the 80s in the middle of the day, and then all of a sudden, boom. We went from the 80s to a week of high 30s and low 40s at night. And the water temperature, instead of doing a gradual decline, it just took a big plunge. And when that happens, it doesn't give those fish time to adjust, and it kind of shocks them a little bit. And that's part of the reason it took me a while to figure out what was going on. Those fish had gone all the way to the bottom and were just laying there, and they weren't moving around. Started out throwing the big soft plastic and slow rolling it, and just absolutely had no takers at all. Until the end, when it, after a couple hours, it had warmed up, and I ended up catching one on the soft plastic. Everything else, all the rest of the fish, came off of the big 3/4 ounce spoon, and the only way I could get them to hit it was to throw it, let it go all the way to the bottom, and then I would just pick it up, pop it up a couple of feet, and then just let it flutter back down. And if you got it close enough to one, when it was fluttering down like that, they'd grab it. And the spoon we were throwing was the H&H 3/4 ounce. They call it the secret casting spoon. And this has become my favorite spoon for a couple of reasons. For one, the hardware on it is great. It's got a really, really good hook, and it's got a ball bearing swivel. So it really, I mean, you don't get any line twist or none of that crap going on. And everything on it holds up good. It doesn't rust, doesn't corrode. The finish on the spoon is real good. And this has become my go-to spoon. Really, really like it. The Johnson Sprite 3/4 ounce catches fish, but the hardware on it's not very good, especially the hook. It comes with a crap hook. This is a good heavy-duty red hook, and it's got the teaser on it already. It's ready to go. And this spot we were fishing is right next to a 75-mile-an-hour highway. And on this day, I fished it last year. You guys that have been with me for a while have seen that video, but this time over there the traffic was bad, and there was a lot of big trucks, and the audio, half the time you couldn't hear what I was saying because of those trucks going by, semi trucks going by at 75 miles an hour over that concrete bridge. Made a lot of noise. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a voiceover and giving y'all the skinny on it. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. Well, like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been there about 20 minutes and made a lot of casts with absolutely no luck. And then it dawned on me how cold it had been and how shallow this bay is. So this water got cold quick. That's when I drug out the spoon and started casting parallel to this bridge and just jumping it up off the bottom and letting it flutter back down to see if they were really truly on the bottom. And sure enough, first time I did that with the spoon, one of them smacked it. This fish had was a little feistier than some of the others. Some of the others were a little bit sluggish. I mean, not stunned, but they were slow, a little bit slower. The smaller ones are always a little feistier, even in the cold. But anyway, we got this one in and got him unhooked. Now we're fixing to turn him loose. Let him go grow up. So after we caught that one, I went right back to the same spot. And I'm throwing it out there and letting it go all the way to the bottom. And a lot of times if you catch one in an area when it's cold like that and the water's real cold, there'll be more than one in there because that's an area that's, it gets popular. And this fish smacked it on the drop, and I could tell it was a better fish. It had some weight to it and was pulling pretty good. We slid him up in there. Got him up on the bank. Yeah, this wasn't a bad fish at all. When I'm releasing them, I try not to touch them any more than is absolutely necessary, but I wanted to feel that fish, so I touched him lightly with 2 fingers, and just to see how cold he was. And that thing felt like he just came out of an ice chest. Okay, this cast I made about 2 yards left of where I've been making those others. And because when these fish get down on the bottom and they don't want to move, I mean, you can, a yard or 2 can make a big difference. And bouncing it right there, one of them tapped it on the drop. And now he got it the second time. So if you're fluttering that spoon and you feel something, try not to move it any far closer to you. Try to just pick it up and drop it again, which is what I did there. And the second time he whacked it, he got hooked. And this is another pretty good fish. Yeah, this one was even better than the last one, and fatter. Yeah, that was a nice fat trout. A little sluggish, but not too bad. This was the only fish I caught on soft plastic. The spoon bite died over close to the bridge, so I went out. There's a little bit of shell and stuff and a drop off there where I just cast. And all these fish were caught with the Lou's Custom Inshore on a 7/6 medium heavy fast action fake chrome with strand sensor line. And this was another nice fish. Fat, chunky. Hey, we're going to turn him loose. Let him grow up. The bite died off on the windy side of the bridge, so I moved over here where it was protected, and decided I'd give it a shot since nobody was there, and turned out to be a good idea. There he is on the drop. One thing I didn't mention earlier when I was giving the overview, when you flutter a spoon like this from the bottom, you want to let it fall on a slack line. And while you're doing that with that slack line, you'll have a belly in it. And keep your eye on that line when that spoon is falling, and you'll see that line jump when they hit it, even if you don't feel it. This was another nice chunky trout. I had to give him a little toss because he couldn't get down. Those rocks are treacherous over there, trying to walk around on. So we give him just a little lob, far enough out there to clear all the rocks. Hey, thanks for fishing with me, folks.